Hello everyone, this is Walter, and this is my oral presentation for English 1101. I chose to do my oral presentation on a picture that is entitled Reflections, and it was done by an artist named Lee Teeter back in 1988. Lee Teeter, he's an American artist. He chooses to live a simple life. He currently lives in the mountains of Wyoming in a small cabin with his wife. And he is somewhat noted for his oil paintings of Native Americans and the American frontier. He was also a contributing designer to the movie Last of the Mohicans. Lee Teeter was approached back in 1988 by several members of the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 172 in Maryland, and they wanted him to do some kind of painting that would pay tribute and honor to the Vietnam veterans, as well as the memorial wall itself. On the painting, Lee Teeter used live models, and several of the models are actually members of that particular chapter of the Vietnam Veterans of America, including the gentleman you see standing up here. His name is Jim Williams, and he chose to pose for the survivor, I guess you'd want to say, of this portrait. The tone of the picture is rather serious. It's rather, I would say, almost sad in a way. The average age of a soldier in Vietnam was 19 to 20 years old. So if you look at the older gentleman who has served, probably 25 years has passed when this particular painting was done in '88. Probably 25 years had passed since the Vietnam War. So he is about the age of what a survivor would be. So here he is in today's world. He came back from Vietnam. He went on with his life. Of course, he works at some kind of business where he wears a suit. So he goes and he visits the Vietnam Memorial. And as he's looking at the names on there, he sees the names of his brothers that he served with in that conflict. And as he looks at the names, he sees past those names, and he sees the individuals' faces. He puts his hands up on the wall where he's able to touch those individuals. He's able to feel their soul, to let them know that, hey, I'm here. I remember you. I haven't forgotten about you. I do think about you. And you guys mean something to me, something more than just names on a wall. There's an actual soul to those individuals, an actual memory, a picture of them in his mind. If you look at his picture, and I'll pan in on it, at the intense look on his face, it's very deep for him. It's very emotional for him to visit that wall and reflect and think about his brothers that he has lost. I can't help but think sometimes of what he may be feeling. Maybe there's, of course there's a lot of grief, but maybe of some guilt that, I came back, but my brothers didn't. So it's really a touching memorial. It's really a touching and powerful picture for me. Especially, I had my older brother was in the Vietnam War. He served 3 tours in Vietnam, and on his 3rd tour, he was missing in action. When they did locate him, of course, he was sent back on leave, and I can remember when he came back, we were glad to have him back because, he came back physically from the Vietnam War, but sadly, emotionally, mentally, he died on that battlefield. He was never the same after that. So I've got a deep respect for any veterans, especially those of the Vietnam War era. So again, this is Reflections, and it is a painting by Lee Teeter.